Hey guys, so I got asked a question about wrist pain and crow pose and other arm balances and the alignment of them, and I got asked to post the answer in a video. I don't normally post videos of me talking, so here it is. So in crow pose, a couple of things that are really important and in a lot of arm balances that I talk about a lot in the questions that I answer on my FAQ are your fingertips. So a lot of times when people go to put pressure on their wrists, they kind of just push straight down. And when I talk about engaging the fingers, you should be really pushing into all 10 fingertips so that the finger knuckles lift up, pinky knuckle will too. All the knuckles lift up and you'll feel right around here on the bottom of your hand and the palm will lift. So the pressure is mostly concentrated through all the fingertips and a little bit's in the wrist, but it's not like here where all my weight's in my wrist. If you're doing an arm balance and you feel like you could really easily just pick your fingers up off the floor, that's a pretty good sign that you're pushing all of your weight into your wrists. The other thing that tends to help a lot with wrist pain is alignment of your elbows. So ideally in any yoga pose we want our bones stacked. So in crow pose I want to have my elbows stacked right over top of my wrist, pressing into all the fingertips, and I lift here. Sometimes if people come too far forward, you can kind of see that my wrists are bending at this really extreme angle, and that's not going to feel too good. When people do start to straighten the arms in yoga, you still want to try to keep the elbows stacked over the wrists with the shoulders stacked over the elbows, which takes a ton of core work, but you don't want to straighten the arms and have your arms coming this way and then having that really insane bend and angle of the wrist, because it will cause wrist pain. The other thing that'll help, because sometimes people do have special wrist things like carpal tunnel or arthritis and things like that. Pressing the fingertips and stacking the bones is definitely going to help, but you can also use props. This is a wrist wedge, and this is a pretty steep incline. You can get them at lower inclines as well, and at steeper ones too. But they're made of foam, so they don't provide too much resistance. And you'll put your hands on it with your wrist kind of right here, so that my wrists are angling down at a less intense angle. You'd still press into the fingertips. It does take a little more work to lift your hips higher, but then you would come here, and then you're putting a lot less pressure on your wrists, and you're forced to put more in your fingertips so that you don't fall forward. So it's a nice way to work on alignment as well as reducing wrist pain. Engaging the core helps a lot too, because tighter is lighter. And in the question it asked me if wrist pain is normal, if it's something that you get used to. And while you definitely do get used to it, because it's not going to feel great at first when you start balancing the entire weight of your body on your arms, you don't want it to be intense pain where like you feel like your wrists are in pain for hours or days afterwards, but you might feel some pressure there because it's something that you're not used to. So I hope that helps, and if you have any other questions, feel free to drop them in my ask box, and if you want me to answer in a video, just make sure that you say that in the question. Thanks guys!